Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bookish Babbles. So, today, we're not doing any of the episodes I thought I would do today, but that's okay. This week, I was going to talk about anticipated reads with Sarah, but unfortunately, she is not feeling well, and she needs rest. So she's currently resting. Hi, Sarah, and hopefully by next week or within the next couple weeks, knock on wood, we'll be good and we'll be able to do the episode. And I definitely. And I'm nowhere near prepared enough to talk about the Lightning Thief chapters. By the way, guys, I've decided we're going to talk about the first 4 chapters. Also, I'm also in the process of moving into a cottage until the summer. So, that is like chaos at the moment. But, still we're still gonna keep up with the show because I really do want to get back into the habit of what I was doing in 2022, where I was releasing an episode every week. So I'm keeping up with that. So of course, during my break at work, I was looking up book tags that I could do, and I came across this one. Never heard of it, and it's perfect for this podcast because it is the ReRead book tag. And if you've heard the intro of this show before on my regular episodes, you know that we reread our favorite books and chat about them. Because, so much of I think, BookTube and Book Talk is about, discovering new books, finding new books to read. But I don't think we celebrate the joy of rereading enough. So that's the whole reason I made this podcast. And this book tag is perfect. I'm a little insulted I didn't find it sooner than this. But whatever, it's all good now. So this tag I found on YouTube. It was created in 2018 by Juan on Just Juan Reader, but channel, and of course I'll link the video in the show notes. But yeah, it's a nice short tag. There are 6 questions, and I kind of glanced at them, haven't come up with answers, so I'm gonna come up with answers on the spot. Wish me luck. Okay, so question number 1 is a book from your childhood that you want to reread. I think have I talked about this book before? Probably, but a book that I think would be really cool to reread that I haven't read in forever is A Tale of Emily Winsnap. It's a middle grade series where the main character discovers, oh my gosh, she is a mermaid, guys, and her name's Emily, obviously. And it was like the book series that I loved before I read, like Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, and because I obviously loved mermaids as a kid. Little Mermaid was one of my favorite movies. I grew up near the beach, so of course I wanted to be a mermaid. H2O, Just Add Water was like the best show ever. So yeah, I really like mermaids, guys. So of course I was going to fall in love with a book series about a girl who finds out she's a mermaid and just read the heck out of it. So it would be interesting to read now because I don't remember too much about that book, especially the later books in the series. But yeah, maybe one day I'll have to dig up my copies somewhere because I know I still have them. But anyway, next question. A book you want to reread because you didn't like it the first time. Oh shoot. I really should have thought about these questions more, guys. Whoops. What book did I like that I would want to reread? Shit, I'm having a hard time thinking of this, guys. Oh, I've got it. Not sure if I disliked this book. I just disliked the experience of it. And I think Sarah and I have talked about this book before, but Persuasion by Jane Austen. I want to give that book another chance just because I did not like it the first time I was reading it. And I don't think it had to do so much with the book. I just think it was the experience of having to read it for a college class. I don't know. I think it had to do with the professor. Nothing against the professor, though. maybe I just didn't like the way she was teaching the book or talking about it, but I just wasn't vibing with the class basically. But nothing against the professor, nothing against the book, but it's a book I do definitely want to give another chance one day, maybe. Maybe that, I don't know, because maybe this year, because one of my goals is to read at least one Jane Austen book this year, so maybe this will be the year that I give Persuasion another chance, because I think it's an interesting concept, second chance love, and that could be good. But yeah, okay, Persuasion by Jane Austen. Yay, I did it, guys. There's going to be a lot of awkward silence to edit out of this episode, so bear with me. Okay, number 3, halfway there. A book you want to reread because you read it a long time ago. I think Fellowship of the Ring, just because I've reread The Hobbit a few times over the years, and I've never actually read the whole Lord of the Rings trilogy. I've read Fellowship of the Ring, and I think rereading it might motivate me to actually read the rest of the series. And I read Fellowship 11 years ago, in 9th grade. Damn. Anyway, not as much awkward silence to edit out of that one, so we're doing great. Okay, number 4, a book you want to reread because you didn't understand it the first time. I guess Persuasion could technically answer this question too, but I don't know. Is there anything else I can think of? Probably not. I'm just mentally going through books that I've read over the years, guys, for classes. Maybe Great Expectations. Again, the thought of wanting to read it again makes me want to chuck the book across the room already. Why am I just blanking on every book I've ever read? Yeah, I guess I'll say Great Expectations. I don't know. Anyway, because I can't think of anything else. Number 5, a book that you like even more upon a second reading / a book that will benefit from a second reading. Book that you'd like even more upon a second. Is this supposed to be a book I have liked upon a second reading? Hold on. Okay, I just went back to the video for reference. Don't mind me. So a book that you like even more, basically a book you think that if you read again for a second time, you think you'd appreciate it more. And I think a Babel by R.F. Kuang, because I feel like there's a lot of layers to that book, because there's so much, critique on colonialism and its place in academia. That's a book that maybe one day I will reread and maybe tackle on the show. I don't know. But it's such a good book, guys. I can't recommend Babel enough. Okay. And with that, last question, a book you will read for the rest of your life. Hunger Games, Percy Jackson, pretty much any childhood series that I'll wind up talking about on this show. So that's an easy answer. Is there another answer? Besides those 2 series, because those are always my go-to. Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. Love that book. But yeah, that is the reread book tag. I, encourage any of you to do this tag, maybe better prepared than me. So that video will be in the show notes. Links to socials like Instagram, TikTok for the show. Next, and like I said, next time we'll be talking about the first 4 chapters of The Lightning Thief. I'm gonna have a lot to say, and also holy shit, the show continues to be amazing. But anyway, thank you all for listening. Hope you have a great day/night, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.